persona. When's the last time you seen that kid smile? That's Brownsville.
You know, it's just
they're cool, and I know that's what the coaches are trying to do. Now we know we've had a couple incidents in this game already that have risen to the level of ejection.
come from where he came from. That's I think, is humble and hungry is a good way to describe him.
In the officiating. Can't make that any more clear. It was not, my view of the first down was it was that short.
To see is, did the ball move, which it did, but did he lose possession? Remember, they called it a catch on the field, so did he actually lose possession? We'll find out now. I'm not sure he did.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
Goes crazy on the sideline as that's ruled a catch.
That catch, you have to stay with that because the ball will always move. Bad terminology to use, but did it totally come out of his hands? No, I think that's why.
Sometimes they come with 4 down. Sometimes their coach is happy. Sometimes he's not.
He just tried to show. He's like the receivers 5-6 yards downfield. He's supposed to do that.
Quick review of coaches we've interviewed: Mike McDonald, Brian Callahan, Steve Wilkes, Avero, Anthony Weaver, Belichick, Harbaugh, I think Brian Johnson and Mike Vrabel, Aaron Glenn, so the list goes on. Also Joe Brady and Antonio Pierce. Now looking at the quarterbacks, here's Caleb Williams doing his thing. He probably will be the number 1 overall pick. He got the deep ball, he got the scramble ability, he can throw from different angles. A lot of people think he's a total package. His injury proneness could be a concern if that's what you want to call it. But, I mean, he'd be good. Then we got Mr. Drake May, North Carolina. Good quarterback, in my opinion. Makes a lot of plays. He did his thing in North Carolina. Right there, you can see he got the scramble ability, but I mean, he's not going to run away from you. And then this would be my pick, Jaden Daniels out of LSU. Plays, with the big boys in the SEC. And he reminds me of Vic with his scramble ability. Look at this. He's just making guys miss, and he will house it. And that's what I think the Falcons could use. Bring some electricity with whatever new coach they get. This guy, he can scramble, he can throw the deep ball good, he's pretty accurate. I mean, look at that. I can see him throwing that to Pitts all day, or London. And then you got Michael Penix, another good quarterback, might fall to number 8. I mean, we could sit there and get him. I would prefer to move up and get Jaden Daniels. But I wouldn't be mad if we got Penix. He can make all the throws. He took Washington to the championship, but they fell short to Michigan and Harbaugh and J.J. McCarthy. That's another one, quarterback to watch out for. I mean, Bill Belichick might be like, I got Tom Brady out of Michigan. I'm going to go with J.J. McCarthy out of Michigan, try to duplicate something, but who knows? Anyway, that's the quarterbacks right here. Here's a graphic. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, and J.J. McCarthy. ATL.GA.FAITHFUL, my people. I'm D. Douglas Carter, back on the scene doing my thing, and I just want to say I appreciate you and the work that you do. It's been a minute since I've done some content because the Atlanta Falcons content is going crazy with the new coaching hire underway. It looks like Bill Belichick will be the head coach of our Atlanta Falcons. It seems that way. That's where everybody's leaning. But we got a lot to unpack since my last video. I just want to say I appreciate all the new subscribers. All my subscribers, I appreciate y'all. Stick with me. I will continue to do content. I'll try to do as much as I can, but a lot of things going on as usual, and I don't have much free time. But when I do, and there's something going on with our Falcons, y'all know I'm going to hop on here and let y'all know my opinion. Shout out to all the Falcons content creators. Now, as far as the coaching candidates and the quarterback situation, I believe our Atlanta Falcons franchise is 2 moves away. We get the right head coach and we get the right quarterback, and I believe we can finally win that Super Bowl that's been evading us for so long and really have a sustainable winning culture with less hiccups, and we can get on the right path sooner than later. Arthur Smith is gone. Thank you, Arthur Blank, for pulling the trigger on that. As far as Rich McKay's role goes, you know, that's still up in the air. Terry Fontenot, you know, we all saw that he wasn't at the initial presser and but they say he's still the GM. Now, will a head coach like Bill Belichick want to have to answer to somebody? I doubt it. I really think Jim Harbaugh would be a good fit in Atlanta, and the word is we have a second interview lined up with him. We just completed the second interview with Belichick, but this news is pumping out fast, so if something happens and I'm not aware of it, forgive me. I'm just going off the top right now, freestyle like I usually do. Last video, I posted something about Mike Tomlin being linked to the Falcons because he was linked through a reporter, an inside source, but like 99.9% of us knew, the Steelers would not let him go, and it looks like he will be re-signing if he hasn't already signed an extension to stay in Pittsburgh. I would have liked Tomlin here, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. So, we've interviewed a lot of coaches. I have some names. I might have a picture I'll put up to show who we've interviewed or who we're going to interview. The 2 big fish, of course, is Belichick and Harbaugh. There was Pete Carroll, I thought was an interesting choice that maybe could be had or interviewed. Haven't heard anything about us being linked to Pete Carroll at all. Y'all let me know, would y'all think Pete Carroll would do good here in Atlanta by chance if he were to step down from... He said he wants to still coach, and the Seattle Seahawks put him in a higher position or a lateral position or something. They want him to stay with the organization, but I think he still wants to coach, and I think he could still be a good coach. Also, Brian Flores. I like Brian Flores as a candidate for head coach, but so far I don't think he's had any interviews, and I'm guessing it's still kind of like that black ball effect of the lawsuit he has with the NFL. Not sure how that's going to work out, but we know how the higher-ups do. Don't know how Arthur Blank feels about that, but I still think he's a good coach, a young, upcoming coach that's done big things. So there's that. Now, with Bill Belichick, I'm thinking I have mixed feelings on if I would like him in Atlanta. The pros and the cons. We'll start with the cons. I'm not sure how much it was Bill Belichick and how much it was Tom Brady. We see when Tom Brady leaves, the Patriots fall off. Another con is Bill Belichick is pretty set in his ways and is going to do things the way that he's always known how to do with it, which is championship caliber. Another con is the age, like Pete Carroll. They're both getting up in age. Maybe they've lost their edge. Maybe they've lost their passion. Some of the pros, though, is he knows what to do to win a Super Bowl. Another con is the cheating thing. I don't want to cheat and win, but Belichick does always push the envelope to figure out new ways or new rules or old rules that people forgot about to get creative and win games. Like, I'm okay with bending the rules, but I don't want to cheat. I'm okay with finding creative ways to give yourself an advantage, which Bill Belichick does. So I'm good with that. That's a pro as far as him wanting to win, establishing a winning culture. And we all know that the Patriots got that Super Bowl against us. How does that factor into everything? How does the power structure factor into everything? The money, the future. Is he just, I know he's like, I think 14 wins or so away from breaking a record. Does he just really want that? Is he just planning to retire after a year or two? Like, we need somebody that's going to stay here and build this and keep it going. And I think Jim Harbaugh would more be so ready to do that, as he just came off the championship with Michigan. He built that program up, got close, and finally got it. Now maybe he can come back to the NFL and do that. I would prefer Jim Harbaugh over Belichick, but that's just me. And we'll see how that goes. I don't know who's asking for what, but it looks like, the Falcons have let Ryan Nielsen, our defensive coordinator, talk to the Jaguars. So that kind of tells me, at first they were blocking these coaches from getting hired, and now I think as we push closer to probably having Bill Belichick in Atlanta, they're letting these other coaches interview because Belichick is going to want to bring in his own staff. I wanted to keep Nielsen. I wanted to keep Jerry Gray. But if Bill Belichick comes, or whatever new coach comes, if they're of like that high stature, they're going to want to bring in their own people. So, I mean, the restart is going to be crazy. I just hope whoever Mr. Blank decides to bring in here in collaboration with Rich McKay, that it's the right person and they let that coach and Terry Fontenot do their thing and kind of stay out of the way. We'll have some cap room to spend. And I think if whatever coach comes in, they want to, I think like Smitty was saying, we could go ahead and trade up to get whatever quarterback we want. I think we have the draft capital and players to make a trade. And I think our team is pretty well set roster-wise. Of course, there will be, a couple additions and subtractions. But I think the right head coach will come in and get the right players. Now, we know Belichick, he likes to bargain shop. He likes to find diamonds in the rough, and that's cool. The way, the culture that he establishes is everybody's going to play a part, and you better be ready when your number's called. It's just not that cliche that all the coaches say, next man up. It really is. It holds true with that, with Belichick, I believe. Now, the thing I like about Jim Harbaugh is he knows the college landscape. He knows the younger players. He knows which players are going to be good that will be coming up over the next couple years. So that would be an advantage of Jim Harbaugh. And he had success immediately with the 49ers when he coached in the NFL. Another team that took and beat our Falcons, I believe it was in the NFC Championship when we had the lead. They came back and beat us. So both of these coaches, they have their pros and cons. Harbaugh, I said some of his pros, his cons could be he gets a little bit too animated at times, but I like my coach to be animated. It shows passion. So whoever comes in, we need to go ahead and get a quarterback. I don't really see too many veterans out there. I think I would rather just get a rookie, the top 3, 4, 5. We got Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. I like all three of those. I like Jaden Daniels the best, but that's just my opinion. Now, we'd probably have to trade up to get one of them. Maybe one of them will fall, but I'm not sure. It's a lot of these teams in the top of the draft need a quarterback. You got Michael Penix out there. Maybe he would fall to you at 8 if you really liked him. There is some other quarterbacks out there, Bo Nix, and I can't remember the other one's name. There's another one out there that could be decent, but you know, we tried that experiment with Ritter. I was all in on Ritter, and I think Arthur Smith, you know, kind of put a damper on what Ritter could be, but as of now, he didn't show enough to go ahead and take this starting job and lead this team. I put a lot of blame on Arthur Smith for that, but some of the blame does go to Desmond. Anyway, we get a new quarterback. We get one of these young guys. We start fresh. We get a solid veteran head coach, and I think we're ready to do this. Y'all let me know what y'all think. What quarterback would you want us to take? Drop it in the comments, okay? What would be your head coach of choice? Drop it in the comments. We'll chop it up. I reply to all my comments, and that's what I got for y'all right now. Let's see. Also, if I didn't bring this up, I want to bring it up because I'm 50-50 on Belichick. Half of me is like, it could be a good move. The other half of me is like, no, I think he's ran his course and it might set us back more. You know, it might come out to fruition that he's lost his edge and he's not the same coach, and then, you know, we would waste more time and it wouldn't work. So I'm like on the fence with that. I'm like 50-50, and I want to know, how do y'all feel? Do y'all want Belichick here, or you say no, you're good on Belichick, get somebody else? Like I said before, I prefer Harbaugh, but Belichick might be okay. And whoever comes in here, if they win us a Super Bowl, then you're good with me. So anyway, I just wanted to drop that in there also. Now, as far as this year's Super Bowl, I want to see a Detroit Lions versus the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. I like both of those teams. I'm pulling for both of those teams outside of my Atlanta Falcon, you know, hometown support. We're not in it anymore, so now I'm still looking at the NFL. I also like the Ravens, but I want to see Buffalo and Detroit because either one of those teams win the Super Bowl, and I'll feel good. I want Buffalo to win one, and I want Detroit to win one. So, you know, I got family from Michigan, and I always been pulling for Buffalo since the days of Thurman Thomas and those 4 Super Bowl losses. So I would like them to get one. I like Jim Kelly growing up too. I thought he was a good quarterback. Bruce Smith on defense. So for the old Buffalo Bill fans, you know, I would like to see them get one. And we all know how long Detroit suffered, so I would love to see them get a Super Bowl. Anyway, that's my Super Bowl picks, who I would want. Buffalo versus Detroit. Whoever wins, either way, you know, I want both teams to win, but somebody's got to lose. But hey, one of them will win, and I'll be cool with that. I'll be good with that, cool with that, good with that, cool with that, you know. Anyway, just wanted to drop that in this video as well. I'm going to end this video like I end all my videos. Thank God works, and I hope you all have a blessed rest of your day or night. 1.